Shalom. Assalamu alaikum, my friends. Check to see if they kept the raccoons out. Oh, man, no. Look what these guys did. Look what they did. He came through. Look, he came through. It came through, they sure did. Look. He dug it, trying to dig a hole through it. He dug a hole right through it. He got some of my beans. Gosh dang it, man. I'm gonna have to put up a fence. That's crazy. I hate these fucking things. I don't hate them, you know what I mean? I hate that they destroy my garden. They won't go away. They won't leave my garden alone. So I know that this plastic don't work, so I just might as well remove it. Figure out something else. These little bastards. Let's see how this one turned out over here. I don't think he's smelling the cantaloupes yet. No, he didn't get any of these. But we got the water build up on top of it, so I need to anchor that down more. But I'm gonna take all of it up, and I'm just gonna put some chicken wire over the top. I got a little bit of chicken wire left, and I'll just put that shit over the top of it. I'm glad it's raining today, to be honest. No fire for them over there. No fire for you. I hate this. So we'll just take this plastic off of here again. I have this little thing right here. Wonder if I can put it over that, you know, bend that in a manner, and then slide it over, and then I'll put a piece of wood and a brick on top of it, and then maybe he won't be able to get in it that way. But you know, if these motherfuckers are hungry, they'll tear shit up like crazy. Those losers. And the reason for it, I'll tell everybody the reason for it, is where I live, and it's so stupid. It's like they need to create some kind of a law or something to notify people anyway. So I live in the inner city, the urban part, where it's people everywhere. You know, our houses are all right next, so close together. You know, so many people in the city. So we've got people that like to feed them. Oh yeah, they feel sorry for the raccoon or possum. They're, oh, we're going to feed them. They'll throw bread out, all this other type of shit. Their rinds or whatever, they don't eat. They want to throw it outside. And this brings the raccoons from the river, because there's a river over there. The big, great river right there, right? And these guys will bring that shit and throw it out there, and then the raccoons are all migrating here because there's, you know, easy food here rather than making them go hunt their food down by the river. They can get it easy. And then on top of it, there's people that are 2 houses like around the block. I think you've seen it if you've seen some videos. If not, I'll take a walk. I'll make sure I show you. There's a guy with a tree, and he's actually got a home for the motherfuckers. And that is just crazy. He builds a home for him in his tree that's rotting. So like the tree is rotting and it's falling. It's like, you know, I'm afraid walking underneath it that one day it's just the branch gonna break and crack and fall on top of you, right? But so I'll show you that. But that's a reason why we have them here. I wouldn't even have to be battling this shit if people were not so fucking naive when it comes to animals. But this world is so stupefied. I mean, they can teach you all how to use a cell phone, and they teach you all how to fucking play video games, but they don't teach no child. Think about this. They don't teach any children about wild animals. That should be something that should be happening in schools, from elementary school on up. teaching little children about animals and not to feed certain ones and the things that the certain ones are capable of doing. One time there's some raccoons people were feeding. So they had gone inside a garbage can and they had jumped in the garbage can and they couldn't get out. And there was there were some little ones with them, right? Little baby ones with them. And little kids were walking by, little kids wanting to walk by. And like it's a petting zoo. They wanted to reach their hand in and try to pet the raccoon babies. I seen it. I yelled, stop. You know, I called the police department and the animals shelter, not the animal shelter, you know, we have whatever you call dog pound like thing. I called them up. They immediately, I called them and I said, you know, little kids are walking by here. There's raccoons that are inside this thing. There's like 5 of them. There were like 5 of them, 2 adults and then the rest were babies. So they go and this is just your normal garbage that the garbage guy would drive through and empty out, right? The lid on them pop. They hook them up to the back of their truck, right? So little kids walking by thinking that this is some kind of petting zoo because this is what you've been indoctrinated into. Because you destroy the habitats of these animals, then there's so many that you have to take them to a zoo, right? Or you've killed them, so that's why they've now become endangered because you've wanted to build businesses and corporations to profit money. And so now what happens? Well, they have nowhere to go, so they got to migrate or do something, or they die off. And then dying off, you have to grab them up, whatever ones are left, and say, oh, nobody can harm these guys anymore. They're endangered. Well, why are they endangered? You're the motherfuckers who harmed them to begin with. But nobody teaching this type of wisdom in anybody. So now they've got kids indoctrinated in zoos. So now they think that whenever you see a wild animal, it doesn't matter. It's okay to go pet it. So goddamn, they came out. Even the guys that were, you should have seen them. You know, because they knew about wild animals. The guys from the pound came out. And they were scared to dump the garbage can over, so they're grabbing hooks. They're grabbing hooks on the garbage can and pulling them to dump them out. And then they run. They're all running like on the high like this, running like this. Ah! Because the raccoons come running out, hissing and getting all crazy and shit. And these guys are running away, and I'm thinking, yeah, could you imagine if I would never have said nothing and these little kids were around there and they were trying to reach in that garbage can to pet one of the babies? Damn, there goes their fingers. Society anymore is ignorant and stupid. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And like I said, this is something that I would definitely do if I was leading. I would make it a curriculum in elementary and middle school to teach children about wild animals and that type of thing. You understand? Because that's very important. And so are their habitats, you know, because they do help the ecosystem, so on and so forth. If you get rid of some, then your ecosystem goes bad, or something else will rise up that they were eating that overflows your fruits or vegetables or something like that. So these are things that people need to be taught. Nobody's taught. Instead, they stay on their computer screen on their video game like zombies. Right? Like zombies. So, yeah, zombies that are going to get their fingers bit off, right? All right, my friends. I just wanted to share that little information and show you I got to come up with another solution to keep them from eating my beans. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum.